First of all, this is a terrible camera angle, but I don't know, I kind of like that. There was a spider here, like it was in a corner of this room, and I saw it, and immediately thought about, I was like, that spider is for sure going to somehow find its way to this couch because I tend to sleep on this couch a lot. And sure enough, one day I just went in here real quick to grab something or whatever. And then on my way out of this room, I look, and that same spider, hopefully it's the same spider, and hopefully there's not more of those little demons, but because I have arachnophobia, but that spider was literally, I kid you not, and I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this, but it was right here and it was crawling down as I was leaving. Like I saw it, like not in the corner of my eye because I actually looked over, but I was getting out of the door and I looked over and it was literally crawling down. So yeah, I'm a little bit freaked out, but I like this room a lot because it's very quiet, and the lighting in here is a vibe. And so yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about the spider before I get a panic attack. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of do like a time capsule thing. I saw on YouTube this girl, this artist, I think her name is Lizzie McAlpine or something like that. But she recently put out a video where she, the title was reading a letter, sorry, that I wrote to myself a year ago. And I think doing stuff like that is very cool. And so I'm basically I'm not gonna write a letter to myself, but I do want to make this video so that a year from now, I can look back on it and just be, hopefully I can look back at this and think, wow, Ricky made so much progress. Like wow, man, you did it. You know, you got through whatever it is you were going through at the time. And right now I feel good. I feel prepared for whatever the future holds. And like I said, hopefully I look back on this and I'm living in that future, that ideal future of being fulfilled. I'm not going to say happy because I think happy is a lifelong chase. And let's be real, I mean, we're all kind of chasing happiness. We all want to feel happy. We all want to feel safe in our own skin. We all want to be versions of ourselves that are more confident, more secure in ourselves. Because I did grow up as an insecure person. And I think my insecurity and my shyness and my awkwardness and my quietness and my introvert tendencies stopped me from so many things. Like the list goes on, but I also think I've been through, at this point in my life, I'm 28 now, I've been through so many traumatic experiences, big and small, mostly small, I want to say, because it's really not that crazy. But for example, one thing that comes to my head is I started college. I graduated high school in 2014, and then I started college that same fall semester, August. And at the time I was dating this girl, and I initially went for a music degree, but I was really, really bad at it because it felt like math. It felt like the joy was being ripped out of it because it was really, really technical. So many technical aspects about piano, music theory, different notes, and even music history I thought would be fascinating because I had to take it for my music degree, and it was really boring. I mean, I'm just being real here. So I did really bad. I actually got a D in music production, which is not a passing grade. You had to get a C or higher. So I pretty much failed music production class because I procrastinated so bad, and I ended up not submitting the final project, which was literally just making like a 1 to 2 minute beat or song or whatever. Which now looking back on that, I could have knocked that out of the park had I been more prepared, obviously, but also I love doing stuff like that. I don't know what my deal was that first year of community college. And so I changed majors. I'm not going to talk about that. I don't want to focus on college because I mean, it's funny though, because I failed. Like I failed at the one thing that I love doing, which is music production. I like recording songs, writing music, doing my own thing. And for some reason, it I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I definitely felt like a failure and stuff. And but that's not the traumatic thing that happened. The real trauma from that is that uh, my girlfriend at the time, uh, she not looking back on it, she was very bossy, um, and she was much smarter than me and um, much more focused and determined to graduate and to actually further her career, which she did. She did. Props to her. But so I was basically just like the comedic relief, or the wonky, not even nerd because I wasn't good at school, but just a dumb idiot. She was pretty much dating a dumb idiot, and but I had fun. Either way, I had fun, and but what happened was she started working at the college, and she met a guy at her workplace who I don't even think worked there. He was just like a student, and he got to talking to her while she was working in the register, like in the cafeteria where they make the food and sell the food to the students. And I just, when she told me about him, I immediately got really insecure and jealous and angry at myself for not being better, for not. It was hard because he played guitar, and and this is when I was barely starting to write songs, um, because one of my first real songs was about God, because I grew up in a Christian household, and so naturally I gravitated towards making praise and worship music, and and later on when we broke up, this same girl, um, she literally jump started my my artist career, my music, my actual like recording something and putting it out, because I was devastated. And after she like left me or whatever, after we broke up, which I'll kind of get into, but afterwards, after the fact, like after everything happened, after all the trauma had occurred, it stuck with me in a profound way, and it made me write songs about heartbreak. And to this day, I mean, she pretty much inspired me to do all that, you know? So I don't know why I'm getting into this. It's really uncomfortable for me, even like literally like pretty much 10 years later. Um, but that's the thing about trauma, right? Is that it pretty much can stick with you for the rest of your life. I've obviously healed from it, but talking about it and bringing it back up kind of gets me a little bit nervous. I don't know why. But I hope that in the next 10 years, I'll be able to talk about these things and not, because I feel a lot. I feel things really strongly, and it really puts me in that place again when I just talk about it, because it was so bad. Like, this guy that she was talking to played guitar, and I think he would like literally, like almost like a movie, like he would like play for her while she was working. Or I imagine that they got together and had lunch a few times, and I started noticing differences in her behavior towards me on campus. We would walk and she stopped holding my hand, uh, or she would just make it feel awkward, almost as if we weren't supposed to be holding hands. And now looking back, I'm like, well, obviously she didn't want this guy to see us together, or to, she's just stopped taking our relationship seriously. And then there was a point where I just straight up asked her over the phone, and I was like, I forgot how I worded it exactly, but I was like, tell me now, like, just tell me straight up if there's any feeling that you have for this guy. And like, I forgot how I worded it, but pretty much I was just like, just tell me, like, straight up if there's any feelings towards him whatsoever. Are there? If there's not, don't say anything, but if there is, just tell me. And then she was like, I'm sorry, but there is. Like, I can't deny it. I can't lie to you. Which, looking back on that, I appreciate her being honest, because that caused us to officially, obviously break up. And so, but it was a messy breakup, I'd say, because she started playing games with me, in the sense that she was like, you know what, we should take a break. We should just be friends for a little bit. And now looking back, it's just, hindsight is literally 2020, because looking back on that, I'm like, okay, you wanted to be friends with me because you wanted to not be in a relationship so that you can have an excuse to pursue this other guy. And which at that point, it would have been better just to like break up, because you can't be friends with somebody that you love, in my opinion. It's really hard. It's almost impossible. So yeah, it was just really weird. And then I just felt a weird vibe. And then that's when I was like, okay, just tell me straight up. And then when she told me, I was like, all right, we're done. This is it. I'm not sure exactly who pulled the trigger and who actually ended the relationship, but it just started off really innocent, and then it just grew and grew, and my suspicions were right. And I had to realize it for myself and learn that if you don't, as a man, if you don't like take care of your girl, and if you're not more protective, and not that you have to get in a fight with everybody that looks at your girl a certain way. I'm just saying, like, girls will can only tolerate a dumb idiot for so long, until they want something better for themselves, which I appreciate a lot. And she went on to she moved somewhere else. She went to university, and she married somebody, and then she had a kid, and the whole 9 yards, which I'm like, good for you, because I feel like if she would have still been with me, which, looking back on it now, it's like, there's no way that would have worked out, that's why I'm not too sad or mad about it. But if she would have been with me, there's no way she would have been able to do all that, because I was still, get how people can, like, be so mature in their 20s, and they're
I need an intervention, divine intervention. Only in my crucial moments do they lets me emerge from my cocoon. I only have what's right in front of me. Only you know what is right for me. Compromise, compromise, compromise. Improvise, improvise, improvise. I need a nice vacation and pure introspection. There is nowhere else to go, so I'll be coming home to you. You're sad.
Natural, alien, whatever, sci-fi, and you can include that in your horror story. But then there can also be elements of real trauma, like death in the family, ghosts, paranormal, just like there's so many things that you can do with horror. And I think that literally my music has become a horror genre. It's like a subgenre of music that, I don't know, I'm really excited to see how that is gonna change in the next few years. I recently changed direction again, in the sense that I'm starting like a new project, a new music project, because I feel like I'll just say it here. I have a music video coming out soon that's technically literally my first official music video, and it's like a perfect, it's honestly that song, the song for that music video that's gonna come out soon is such a perfect song to me. It's not my best song, but it's not my worst song. It's just like in the middle for me. And hopefully something comes from that, because I just am excited about the story that's attached to that music video. And I just like telling stories. I like writing poetry. I like expressing myself in ways that are very, it's almost like it's a lot of sensitive information that is pouring out of my soul because it's like a reflection of me. A lot of my creations are, obviously, but it's also like, I don't care anymore. I don't care how it's perceived. I don't care what you think of it. I would love to hear someone's opinion on my music, but I don't care to be good or good enough or great, or I also don't think I'm bad or I suck. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I think that writing stuff and making stuff from your heart is way more important than anything, you know? So I'm really excited to see how that ties into, you know, my my movie making dreams that I have as well. Just so many things in the works that it feels really good. I think it feels better when not only do you work on something and you're writing something and you're planning and preparing and brainstorming and, you know, dreaming about all these different ideas and future projects and blah, blah, blah. I think the best feeling is that when you actually take that initial step and you actually start doing the thing and you actually begin the process like officially and you actually like go for it. That is a great feeling, and it's such a blessing, and such a, it's like, it's like all those things that I went through in college with relationships and all these things, all these bad things have just made me a better person. And I'm not going to say a good person, because I don't think anyone's really inherently good, but I also think no one's inherently evil, but that's for another video. But I think we're just human, right? And we, whether or not people want to admit it, we do care about what other people think, and we do want to be loved, and we I had a thought and then it disappeared, but we do take, okay, I got it again. We do take things seriously. We do hold things close to us, and we do take things to heart. Like I said, whether or not people want to admit it or not. But so things that happen to us in life, we feel it. We're hurt by it, or we act differently, or we act accordingly because of past experiences, right? And I think that it's important to embrace the chaos, right? Embrace life for what it is, and what it gives you, and what it throws at you, and how things happen, and the way that things naturally occur is the way things are supposed to happen. It's supposed to be this way, you know? So accepting all those things and not letting your spirit die, and using those things to inspire you and motivate you to make something beautiful, whatever that is, that makes the thing that happened worth it. It didn't happen in vain, and it'll help you grow as a person and as a creative artist or whatever. So life is so important. Life is very important. And I just want to say that to people who just have given up and don't think life is important anymore. And they just literally just want to end it. Like, I understand that. I've been through that. I know what that feels like. But yeah, I don't want to get all like spiritual and preachy here, but you know, I guess my advice would be, and this is for my future self too, like, I could watch this back and when I'm feeling down, right? When I feel like giving up. But just, you know, this goes out to literally everyone. This goes out to, you know, future me. I would have liked, what I'm thinking about right now is like, this also goes out to past me, because I would have liked to hear someone tell me this when I was younger. I feel like I would have gotten here faster, even though things happened how they happened, and it's fine. But this definitely would have helped me if I heard this sooner. But pretty much all I can say is, like, try things, fail at things, but don't stay down, because you will get down, you will get brokenhearted, you will feel like a failure, you will like feel like nothing's working out, and nothing will ever work out. But keep trying things, get back up, do things that you love, no matter what anyone tells you. You can do it, you will do it if you actually love it and you want to do it. Trust me, you'll get there. You'll get there, and life will be so unexpected, and it will throw blessings at you that you never thought imaginable, you never thought possible, you never anticipated, you never even wanted. But it's stuff that you need to grow. So just keep going at it. Don't look back in anger. I think that's an Oasis song, but like, that's so true, because we should be looking back in, like, you know, with immense gratitude that first of all, you're still alive and you didn't die, and you made it out alive, you survived. So just look back on these times as lessons learned, as things that you achieved, even the smallest to the smallest degree. And yeah, I mean, a thing that really motivated me to jump on here and make this video was like I said, I want to look back on these times that were, these things are important to me. This is my life. This is my story. And I'm glad that because now I want to go back, you know, I want to go back to, I want to learn how music theory. I don't care how hard it is. I want to get better as a musician, as an artist. I want to learn how, and I am going to. I'm literally going to go back, but to do film. But I just regret so many things. But I'm like, those things had to happen. It's okay that you failed, you know, music production, because I feel like if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have done my own thing. I wouldn't have recorded on GarageBand, and I wouldn't have gone on to do stuff with Logic and all these different music softwares. I mean, I kind of discovered it for myself. I found it, I dug it up, and I just found it and I used it to the best of my ability by myself because I got my heart broken. I got inspired by a relationship that happened to me, a life thing that occurred that was unexpected. I expected to marry this girl, but it just didn't happen. And there's a reason for that. So I thought it was
Wipe that stupid smile off of your face. Now there's nothing good comes from being too happy. They said it gets better when you start to get older, but people nowadays aren't getting much older. The world is a postmodern disco, full of maniacs and discord. When I was a kid, I felt more alive. Now I'm an adult and I feel like dying.
so is everything. Like, everything is subjective, and I don't think necessarily things are objectively true, because the trueness of it, like your truth, is vastly different from somebody else's truth, and they could even be in the same circle as you, but they perceive things differently, therefore their truth is different, in my opinion. So, you know, live your truth, live your truth, live your truth. Find what works for you, and don't worry about what anyone else is doing, you know. But yeah, stay consistent, stay happy with what you're doing, like love what you're doing, and don't let the money, whatever comes your way in the future, Ricky, don't let influence, power, don't let you know, people who hate themselves and just want to use you, don't let those people near you, not even for a second, because that's not good for your soul, you know. Don't sell your soul, you know. Do not conform to the societal norm, and don't think that you have to be a certain way to be accepted, because when you started your music project, you felt rejected, you felt alone, you felt scared, you felt confused. That's what put you on the map. That's what made you who you are. That's what made you keep going. That's what made you keep creating certain things. That can't be lost, because as soon as that's lost, as soon as that like innocence and like wonder and joy and wanting to learn new things and be a kid again, pretty much, As soon as all of that is lost, then you're a failure. That's what failing is. Because yeah. So yeah, don't fail yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Don't undervalue yourself. Don't I don't know. Just don't do things that you don't want to do. Keep doing you. Follow your heart, follow your vision, and you'll be fine. So thank you for watching this. I love you. And just, I was gonna say I'll see you soon. Doesn't make sense, but just remember this moment, okay? Remember this moment. I'm gonna get out of here before that spider comes.